Get more on Russia's decision to withdraw from the grain deal. Resul Suda is live for us in Istanbul. And Resul, of course, Turkey played such a big role in brokering the original grain deal last year. What does it make of this decision by Russia, given that Turkey was one of the many beneficiaries of the deal?
Indeed. So President Erdogan today is starting his Gulf tour, which is including Saudi Arabia, Qatar, and United Arab Emirates. And today is just now about to fly to the city of Jeddah in Saudi Arabia. At the airport before his flight, he made his first statement regarding the suspension of the grain deal. And he said that, my friend Putin, I believe that he wants to continue this humanitarian corridor through the Black Sea. And he says that after my tour in Gulf, once I'm back in the country, I am going to resume the talks with the Russian officials and the President Putin as well. However, he didn't elaborate on that. We do not know what is going to be the plan that is going to be developed by Turkey so far, but we know that there has been tremendous diplomatic efforts right ahead of this day. There has been several talks between the diplomats, several phone calls and meetings and so on. However, that all diplomatic efforts have failed so far. Turkey was one of the main beneficiaries of that politically and economically as well, because roughly so far there has been more than 32 million tons of the Ukrainian grain that went to the international market, and Turkey received roughly around 3.2 million of that. Politically, Turkey, being one of the deal brokers here, being a mediator, also was giving it a prestige, and also being an actor in all of these equations. Now they're all in danger. And right behind me, you can see that there are still several ships that are anchoring here, and many of them are having the Ukrainian grain and expecting to be inspected here. Once they are inspected, they will go through the Bosphorus, and that grain is going to be exported to the global market. But from today on, probably we are going to see less and less ships anchoring right behind me.
And Russell, what does this decision by Moscow say about Turkish influence over Russia? I mean, is the perception that the Turkish president has been perhaps drifting west in his alliances recently, particularly over NATO?
Well, Turkish officials, the reactions or the talks that I had with some of the officials here, they believe that it is not related to the suspension of the deal is not related to the recent developments, but rather the attack in the Kerch Bridge or Crimea Bridge. But on the other hand, we know that recently when President Zelensky of Ukraine was visiting Turkey, Turkey has given him 6 senior Azov commanders, and Russia was furious about that because they said that Turkey has violated the agreement, and according to the agreement, that commanders were supposed to stay in Turkey till the war is concluded. And also President Erdogan has clearly announced his support for Ukraine's membership to NATO. And just 2 days after that, when President Erdogan attended the NATO summit in Vilnius in Lithuania, he has also given green light to Sweden's accession to NATO. All of these developments definitely were not welcomed by Russia. However, the analysts, the experts here are saying that after the election, President Erdogan's and Turkey's direction is going to be lean toward the west and a little bit distancing itself from the Moscow. But as of now, it's not a rupture. Turkish-Russian relations are quite multi-layered and very much sophisticated for both parties. There's a lot at the stake, and I think both sides are acting very much carefully not to break these ties.
A lot at stake indeed. Resul Suda in Istanbul, thank you. So when the grain deal was first announced a year ago, its quoted purpose was to contribute to the prevention of global hunger and to reduce and address global food insecurity. So just where have all the shipments gone? Well, UN figures show that developing nations received almost 60% of the almost 33 million tonnes of exports. A closer look at the data shows 25% went to China. 43% of exports were shipped to what the UN calls high-income countries, so Spain, Italy, the Netherlands and Israel were the top recipients. Low-income countries that rely on assistance from the World Food Programme accounted for just 2.5% of Ukrainian exports. And they included Ethiopia and Yemen, receiving just 10% of what China imported.